and we are back live at the GuideWell Insights Lounge. We are going to continue an international perspective here at day 2 of Singularity University's Exponential Medicine. My name is Kate Warnock, and I have 2 wonderful guests joining us today, Ms. Shirlee Sharkey and Lesley Larsen. Welcome to the interview.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, so I mentioned that we are continuing with this international perspective. Ladies, I know that you join us all the way from Canada, so thank you for coming to the States and sharing what your experience is. I was hoping you could tell us first a little bit about St. Elizabeth.
Well, probably in a nutshell, we're a social enterprise, and that means we provide care to individuals, families, communities, businesses. We touch the whole ecosystem of health, so home care, long-term care, hospitals, and we do that with 8,000 staff, and the big goal is to spread hope and happiness. That's actually the most important piece.
Yeah, that's a goal worth repeating. That's fantastic. So you really do have an end-to-end enterprise, don't you?
Pretty much,
Right. Lesley, before we start with questions, I had to have you answer Innovation Seeker. Tell us about this title. What does it mean?
It's a brilliant title. We were really fortunate, I think, to land it because it really is all about how we bring innovation inside and then also to how we take what we do outside as well. So it's an opportunity, I think, within that role. It's everything from building culture and competencies, capacity, but more importantly, I think it's the collaborations with individuals and their families, with our own staff, but also to outside with organizations like Radboud.
Right. So
what's been really cool about the title is it's a 20-year-old title.
Yes, I always say I'm kind of the oldest innovation seeker you may meet, in more ways than one.
You're seasoned, and no doubt I'm sure you bring a wonderful perspective to what you do. So, I was hoping that you could maybe give us a little bit more background about this relationship that you have with Radboud. We just had Lucian England and Paul Smits, and they mentioned that you're partners of theirs. Tell us what that looks like.
Great. Well, maybe start.
Yeah, sure. And just say we're delighted, and I think it speaks to when we talk about exponential technologies here and the speed of change. I think what's really great is we connected first with Radboud in June and had some meetings. We had summer, and we also connected then again in September and really landed, I would say, 6 really valuable initiatives in all areas. Everything from emerging best practice, how we deliver care, the model for care, virtual care, in areas too where it's most important, like end of life. And at the same time, we're looking at technology. So we've opened up our pipeline to new ventures that we can again bring inside to make that difference for spreading hope and happiness. So it's that broad, and yet we've got really clear initiatives with really good outcomes, I think, we'll be delivering, which I think is good.
Shirley, let me pivot to you. How did you know that Radboud was the right partner to go into this sort of relationship with?
Yeah, well, we knew it at hello when we spoke to Lucian. His starting point of how innovation is so important, his real grounding about people, and you can see he's just a people person that looks at that first, then looks at how innovation can help change the experience for people, and the energy and the passion that he has in that space. So I think all of those things, sometimes though you do have it at hello. You really pick it up right away.
Right. Very fortunate. So can you give us an idea, maybe with these projects that you've mentioned, you've got 6 new initiatives.
Yeah.
What are your hope for outcomes from some of those? Maybe tee up a couple for us and go into a little bit more detail.
Well, I think ultimately is to create a much more wonderful experience for people and their families. And we have this movement where we are spreading hope and happiness. And actually Lucian and the whole group in Netherlands has taken that on. And we wanted it to be viral. That was the whole point of it. And it sounds so simplistic to say we are spreading hope and happiness, but typically we look very seriously at medicine and care and nursing, and we really have lightened that to be, it is about hope for people, and it is about happiness for however their life journey is playing out. So it's a very different approach.
And I think that what you speak to as well is that you recognize that health is social. You've mentioned many times in your conversation already that you don't just pay attention to the individual. It's their family, it's their community.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably a very unique approach, but again, something that we want to go viral, don't we?
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
So ladies, let me ask you one more question. What is it that you hope to get from exponential medicine?
Wow.
A suntan.
I've actually got the notes.
I think ideas and really generating ideas is such an important component as we try to have change take place. The convergence of very inspired people is another big thing, because you take back that energy and you take back, I think, a real positivism for how change can happen. So, you know, from my perspective, going back to Canada and really having people know that we're in a bigger world and we can all make the world a better place is an interesting outcome.
Right, right.
Yes. I think the only thing I would add is absolutely with all of what's happening, and as Shirley says, with the convergence, what the opportunity is for us as individuals and to impact people is phenomenal. Like now, that more than ever before, what we can do is remarkable.
Yeah.
Well, I think that you two make a wonderful addition to this audience here at Exponential Medicine, and thank you so much for sharing some of your time and your perspectives with us, Shirley and Lesley. It's a delight having you. So we're going to bring up our next interview in just a moment. So this is Kate Warnock. Give us just a second, and we're going to bring on Miss Zaina Kayat. All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.